Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm Choudhury. I'm the co-chair for IoTNext. On behalf of TIE, ISA, I, along with my fellow co-chairs, Arvind Tiwari and Venkatesh Kumaran, we welcome you to IoTNext 2016. We have worked hard to line up an engaging event for you for the next 2 days. If you see, IoT is a transformational change that is happening globally. Entire business models are transforming from CapEx to OpEx, from product sales to value-added services. We are probably still at the hype cycle of IoT, over-predicting, as we always do, right, initially, the IoT impact in the short term. But what IT, internet, smartphone, social networking has done for the past 10 years, it has changed our lives, it has changed industries. IoT will do so in the next decade. The concept of IoT is not new, but what we are seeing is the different components of IoT, like sensors, the edge node, the wireless connectivity, gateway, cloud, infrastructure, analytics. They have all matured, they are readily available, they have come down orders of magnitude in cost, development tools and off-the-shelf solutions exist, and it has become fairly easy to provide a fully integrated sensor to the cloud solution at a low price point, getting it up and running at a short time frame. I probably make it sound too easy. There are still a lot of challenges in terms of security. You guys have probably seen on 21st October what happened with the denial of service attacks by the IoT bots. Optimization, standardization, connectivity, and actual deployment. There are still a lot of efforts that we are doing. From an India perspective, we were probably a decade late in the adoption of the PC. We were probably a few years behind in terms of the smartphone revolution, but primarily as end users and later app developers. But frankly speaking, with IoT, I believe the India ecosystem is ready to catch the wave. We are the IT hub of the world. We understand internet, we understand networking, we understand the cloud offerings. There are several experts and companies on AI and analytics right here. But there are challenges as well. For example, we struggle on the hardware ecosystem side. Our businesses in India, especially the SMEs, they seldom act as first movers and tend to follow in terms of adopting new technologies. But periodically, we do leapfrog. So TIE and ISE together, we initiated back in 2014 to build this IoT ecosystem in India. This is focused on two fronts, both working on the business opportunities in India, specifically with Digital India, 100 smart cities, Make in India initiatives, Startup India initiatives, and most importantly, it is also targeted towards building up the talent, the ecosystem that we can leverage globally. So as we have transformed India to the IT hub of the world, can we also transform India to be the IoT hub of the world? So coming back to the agenda, we are focused on 5 specific areas at IoTNext. We are going to have the Industrial IoT, Industry 4.0 session. First and foremost, that's the session we are going to start with. In the afternoon today, we are going to be focusing on smart agriculture and food, very critical for an agrarian economy like India. Today evening, we have a couple of very nice surprises for you. We're going to talk about fantastic innovations from India. We have called 4 companies out. You probably have or may not have heard about them. We have called these 4 companies out to showcase their innovation, and it will make you feel proud of what we are doing. And also, we will be giving out IoTNext awards to a few startups in different verticals. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have the Safe Nation, both focused on physical security and cybersecurity. The cybersecurity piece is very important for IoT security. The CISO platform guys are going to be here. And finally, in the afternoon, we have the road ahead for IoT and the developers lounge. For each one of the sessions, the way the co-chairs and the rest of the organization team, they have structured, we have a mix of keynote talks giving a broad global perspective in this ballroom. And then we break into specific tracks for deep dive expert talks, panel discussions on specific topics of interest. So for the different tracks after the major keynote, this ballroom is going to be divided up into two sections. We'll have track 1 and track 2, and track 3 will be up in the Jupiter conference room. We have 50 startups at the event, showcasing in the startup pavilion right here, 50 IoT startups. And we have our sponsors and a lot of exhibitors showcasing their IoT solutions just outside. Some very key highlights. With the focus on security, with the latest hacks you guys have seen, onwards from 21st of October, we have a dedicated session tomorrow morning, organized by the CISO platform on IoT security. Please do attend. We have an interesting session tonight about innovation from India. As I mentioned, we are calling up some of the top IoT and system startups from India to talk about their innovation. And we have the IoTNext awards for the startups. And please don't miss that. Tomorrow afternoon, we have a session with some of the top incubators and accelerators as well. Benjamin Joff, he's the general partner of the largest and the most famous hardware accelerator, is in the event. Benjamin, are you here? Probably not as yet. Oh, there's Benjamin, please. So Benjamin is for the event, and he will be leading this discussion on the incubators and accelerators. And finally, up on the 4th floor, next to the Persian restaurant, we have the developers workshop, which will be going on in parallel to this conference. It's been a fantastic developers workshop being run by Intel, IBM, Microsoft, Samsung, and SDA. So before we get started formally on the inauguration, I would like to thank all our sponsors, platinum sponsor IBM, Accenture, GE, Samsung, Intel, Moschip, Analog Devices, Microsoft, NABARD, and all other sponsors for the support and your participation in our journey on IoT. I thank all the ISE and TIE team members and volunteers. These guys have worked tirelessly for the last few months to put this great event together for you. So now I request